She's my support team. All right, you guys, what is up, everybody? Happy freaking Monday, fun day. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
It never works when it needs to work. Like,
Dude, it's just so frustrating because like it's not like I'm brand new at this. I do this shit all the time, and so for whatever reason, the last two events that I've had where I've tried to do a live on Facebook's like, no, bitch, not allowed to. We're not going to let you type things. And so we're not going to let you share things. So anyways, we are recording this. We will repost it in the group, but I am so freaking excited for you guys to check this out. I want to introduce you to one of my friends. Those of you who don't know her, you're missing out. She has definitely spoken in this group before, but my friend Nicole here, she is a women's fat loss over 40 expert. And I want to invite her in this group tonight while we have an exciting announcement to make. But first and foremost, Nicole, tell us what everybody needs to know about you. Why are you such an expert? And who are you an expert at working with and helping?
oh my gosh, that was quite the introduction. So that's a way to build me up. And now I feel like I really need to deliver on this, right?
Well, you will over deliver. I guarantee.
So my name is Nicole, and as Crystal mentioned, I have done a few guest appearances in the group, and Crystal and I met about 3 years ago, and we both just instantly like resonated with each other. Our personalities are very in alignment. We believe the same shit. We preach the same shit, and we just both like I said, instantly clicked. I started my coaching business about 3 years ago, and we currently work with a plethora of women, I guess, if you want to say. So we have babes ranging on our team anywhere from 25 up to 85 years old. And they really range all in around, we're talking, menopause, perimenopause, postpartum, we have some babes looking to compete. We have just, it's all spectrums. And so we have right now about 360 women sitting on our team with about 8 coaches. And so we really specialize across the board. And our mantra really is not just chasing your smallest version, but your best version of yourself. Mm-hmm. And so team is team becoming her. And who is her? Her is the powerful boss babe that you have always known is inside you. You just haven't quite figured out how to unleash just yet, right? Mm-hmm. And so our mantra really is be her today to become her tomorrow. And that is everything that we preach. And I'm just so grateful to have found Crystal, because you truly are everything that we practice on my team. So that's just a little bit of backstory about me and what we do.
Cool. I love that. And you talked about all these different spectrums, right? Because I think everybody is on that quest to like become the best version of herself, himself, whatever. In this regard, we're definitely focused towards, it seems like you guys mostly cater towards women, but understanding that like you go through so many phases in life, especially as a woman, right? You're going through these transitions where maybe you want to have kids and you can't have kids because you're not healthy enough. Maybe you've had kids and you don't recognize your body anymore. Maybe you're going through menopause and you're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why does nothing work anymore that used to work? And so not only do you help those people, but it sounds like you've got a variety of coaches on staff that have experienced all of those things or many of those things. And so they really know how to connect and engage with your audience as well as like your actual one-on-one clients. Am I wrong in saying that?
Nope, 1,000% correct. And we really do have coaches that specialize in different areas. Just so we talked about, some that specialize in menopause, some that specialize in postpartum. I have a fad diet recovery coach, because we all know that there's not a female out there that probably hasn't tried 18,000 different diets, right? Like been there. And so, and just like Crystal said, you guys, we're really passionate about, because I feel like everybody starts this journey and it's always centered in and around, how can I lose some pounds? How can I fit into my jeans again? Right. And it's always centered around the physical piece of this. And don't get me wrong, the physical piece of this is a huge piece of this. It is huge. And I'd be lying out of my ass if I told you that there wasn't an area of my confidence that's wrapped up into my physical appearance. We all have that. However, what we start this journey for and what it ends up becoming are two very different things, right? And we really start it in this really superficial space, and it really ends up transitioning into so much more than that. And something that's really powerful, and what I really encourage all of the girls on my team, is to acknowledge that it's okay to allow your goals to shift, and they will, right? As you start this journey, it starts out at one very specific thing. And it's usually, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to fit into my jeans again, insert whatever, superficial, let's just call that's what it is, reasoning as to why we're doing this. And then it really does evolve into shift into so many other things. And this is why, we have, bids that transition from just wanting to lose a couple pounds into wanting to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Females that want to be the absolute smallest version of themselves into, oh my God, now I just want to get strong as fuck, right? And so it's really powerful when it starts in one space and you recognize that you're evolving, as you should. Mm-hmm. And this journey becomes so much more than the superficial that we want to make it out to be.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. Like, that's something I've seen time and time again, not only with our clients, but just with myself, where I had this goal of like, just be this number on the scale, just be this size jeans, just smaller, smaller, smaller. And then I'm like, what? That's not any fun. Like, I'm just constantly literally running myself into the ground and it sucks, right? You're just on this roller coaster. And now it's like, that's not what the women who I like aspire to look like or something, that's not what they're chasing. And it took a long time to understand that. The women that I truly aspire to look like are like the ones that look like they work out, the ones that build muscle. Mm-hmm. And we all know that doesn't happen by chasing your smallest self. It's chasing your strongest self, your healthiest self, your happiest self, which in most cases that I've seen, you guys, is definitely not your smallest. So this is what it is. So it's not. Yeah. And I know you've gone through quite a journey as well. Like, can you just give us a brief like transition for where you've been? Because I know, again, you've had many stages in your journey. So give us kind of what got you into fitness in the first place.
Yes. So I started my journey at about 240 pounds. I was the girl that didn't necessarily have a problem getting it off. I was the girl that had a problem keeping it off. So when I did, there's a fad diet out there, ladies, been there, done that. Keto, Whole30, Weight Watchers. I would say the only one, thank the Lord, I haven't done, which is like hands down the worst I had in existence, is Optavia. But I mean, Plexus, HCG, fasting myself, starving myself, fasting. I mean, all of the approaches, been there, done that. I gained and lost the same 80 to 100 pounds. I lost track 6 or 7 times. Wow. And so I truly was in a space where it didn't click for me. What was really the pivotal piece of my journey is my first coach. I say this all the time. That man not just changed my life, that man saved my life. And this is why I'm so passionate about what we do. And it's a space of not just myself, but all of my coaches eat, breathe, and sleep this passion that we have. Mm-hmm. And it came down to him basically firing me. He's like, dude, you're not doing anything that I'm asking you to do. You're wasting my time. My time is valuable. Every check-in you bitch because nothing's happening, but yet you refuse to do any of the things that you need to do to see the results. And it was just like a light bulb moment for me. He had explained it to me in so many different ways, but like something about him threatening to fire me. I'm like, look, I pay you. What do you do? Fire me? Like there's something about that just like lit a fire under my ass, quite literally. And crazy how it happens. I start doing the things that he asked me to do, which is eating more food, like leaning into the limiting belief that carbs aren't the enemy, all of the things that, again, that keep a lot of us pigeonholed and stuck. Yeah. And results, they started happening and my body started responding really freaking well. And it just really catapulted. It was like the catalyst to obviously my transformational change. So I was able to lose over 100 pounds. I was able to, get to a space of competition lean, and this is why I'm saying why I'm so passionate about goals, being able to shift and change. And, I was the girl for the longest time who was shredded. I was legit shredded. I walked around with veins in my arms. People were stopping me left and right. How do I look like you? And I was still miserable and I was still unhappy. And I still was in a space that, again, everything about my journey was so mother effing superficial. So there's been a lot of glow up into what has, who I am today, I guess I should say, but it's empowering when you realize what you're capable of and when you realize what your body can truly do. And this is why, again, we're just so passionate about what we do, because what starts, I can't stress enough, so much as superficial. It just really is so superficial, really leads to a path of self-discovery and the ultimate glow up that we all want. And here, you guys, I am 20 pounds heavier than I ever was at my leanest, at my shreddest, with more confidence in my body than I ever have. Right. And it's just, that's ultimately what we do for females. And there's one thing to say that, again, you think all of this happiness is going to be found in this particular number that's going to bring you instant gratification. In reality, this journey is 10 times more than that. So not only do we have, our coaches who are absolutely amazing and they're certified and they all have their specialties. We have a nurse practitioner on staff. We have a mindset specialist on staff, because we really do encompass the full journey. Like, we are the kit and caboodle. We are extremely high touch point, because ultimately that's the only other way that's ever going to be sustainable for you.
I love that. Well, first, I got goosebumps when you talked about he saved your life, because that's huge, you guys. Like, when you find that person that just like calls you on your bullshit and truly seems to care about you and your results more than you care about your results, like, that's a big deal. And I love that you also talked about the fact that, like, that was the light bulb moment. You flipped the switch, you started actually doing the things, and you actually started seeing success. Because I can tell you right now, I can name people on our roster right now that are trying to fight us, and we're like, okay, cool, let's try it your way. Let's try those super low calories. Let's see how that goes. And guess what? The scale's going in the opposite direction, trying to do it their way. So if you're listening to this and that resonates with you, yes, that message is intended for you. Let us do what we are supposed to do to help you, because we care about this and we want to do it the right way. We're not chasing your smallest self. We could get you smaller, yes, but we want to chase your healthiest self. And when we do that, the aesthetics will follow. The smaller clothing size will follow. But guess what? It gets real ugly sometimes before you get to the good part. Like, that's just how it has to be. So embrace
not quick fix, but mother effing forever fix.
Yeah, exactly. And the tough part is, you guys, I know you hear us talk about this all the time, and you're like, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. And then you sign up for coaching, and then you fight us tooth and nail on the very things you knew you were getting yourself into. So don't do that. All right.
More of the same, ladies, right?
Yes,
that
exactly.
mindset. Definition of insanity, doing the same things over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And I was that girl. Believe me, you guys might threaten to kick me off his roster, but yeah.
Totally. Well, you guys, it might sound like pretty weird that I'm like bringing Nicole over here and I'm like, hey, tell us how great you are and how you service all these women. Because guess what? Like, that's what I do too. I'm very much of the opinion that there shouldn't be this scarcity around like coaching and stuff. We should live in this space of abundance and know that, like, guess what? Some of you might be in this group and you might be following me and you might be like, yeah, I like her, whatever, but don't really like resonate with her. Or I don't know if she could help me because, I've got XYZ and she can't relate. Like, she's not a mom or she's not in menopause or whatever it is. I'll tell you right now, I can relate to a lot of you, but you just don't know me well enough because you're not giving me that chance. But if it sounded like any of that Nicole was talking about, that she literally has people on her team that specialize in XYZ, maybe you'll resonate more with them. And so again, I am not of the scarcity mindset. I am living in a space of abundance. And so with that, actually myself and Coach Liz are joining, and I have goosebumps, Team Becoming Her as of now. So
super
it's
hyped,
bitches.
Oh, freaking hyped.
Yes. So not only do we get to join this team of amazing specialists with, nurse practitioner, mindset, but there's 8 other coaches, including Nicole, 2 now with myself and Liz. So you have 10 coaches that you have access to on this amazing team that is serving women across the country that I'm sure you could relate with in one way or another. And that's where we really, truly do find success, is finding that community, finding that tribe, finding the people that you resonate with and that will build you up and support you. And that you just understand, like, oh, they're doing it. They can relate to me. I can do it too. So thanks, Nicole, for allowing us to join.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to bring you on. Like, honestly, you guys, this is like, I'm the one, like, I'm scoring here. Like, I am like, you guys all know what a badass Crystal is, but I am like just so freaking hyped. And like Crystal said, I cannot stress to you enough. Community was everything I was missing on my journey. And when you truly resonate with a tribe of women who have the same struggles, who have the same limiting beliefs, who have the same fears, and you understand that you're not in this journey alone, it just makes everything about this so much easier when shit gets hard, when shit gets challenging. Because let's be honest, we're not shit and skittles, right? Like, I know we talk about, we want to make it seem like it's easy. We never try to make it seem like it's easy. It's not as hard as many of you want to make it out to be. That's for damn sure. But we're not shitting skittles. This journey is challenging, and you're going to come up with limiting beliefs, and you're going to come up with fears, and you're going to have things that you need to lean into. And when you have the support underneath you to back you up, it makes a night and day difference when it comes to your success on this journey. And so we actually just started hosting team retreats. We just hosted our first retreat this past week in Florida, which was absolutely phenomenal. Like, we just had all of these women. We broke down some serious limiting beliefs, some serious mindset hurdles. We just had, we got everybody together. It was an amazing time. Our next one will be in March. I'm not quite sure yet where. We'll be doing one East Coast, one West Coast to kind of like appeal to everybody. But this is truly everything that we do, and it's everything that we're passionate about. And I am a firm believer, and I would never bring another coach onto my team that I don't feel like is a better coach than I am, to be honest with you guys. And Crystal's a better coach than I am, let's be honest. Girlfriend's fire. She's fire. And so herself and Liz, like, Liz is legit. I mean, Liz
That's
is just,
why I brought her on my team. I was like,
yeah.
I want to be the dumbest person here.
So, I'm just really hyped, and I know, you're going to just add an additional flair to the team that we don't have. She's going to be my meal prep extraordinaire. Like, I've already titled her as so, travel queen. But yeah, I'm really hyped, and I'm just really grateful that you trust me enough. So thank you.
Oh my God, the honor is all mine. So I am super stoked, you guys. This is the next evolution. So Carbs and Consistency, it was amazing. It served its purpose for sure. So we are bringing over our entire team. So I think you said you're at like 360 clients or something. We're serving probably about 50 or something. So now we're impacting over 400 lives just in this community already. And I know we're going to keep adding to them day after day, because there are so many of you out there that truly want help. And I applaud each and every one of you that actually reaches out and asks for help, because that is the toughest first step. But we all had to do it at one point or another, myself and Nicole included. And look where we are now. We're getting to pay it forward in this extreme way. So I will definitely make sure that obviously this will be posted in the Facebook group, since Facebook hates us. But I will link below the new group for you guys to join if you haven't already. Coming over there with Nicole and her tribe, there's over 7,000 amazing women over there. So like I said, you're going to find somebody. You're going to find somebody.
And I'm going to encourage every single one of you, the second you like hop over to the new group, just search Nick and just watch one of the lives with Nick. Like, that'll be the first space to start. And you're going to walk away with more clarity in 45 minutes as to why you're stuck than you ever have your entire freaking life. Like, that I can guarantee you. And everything we do starts from up here, right? Like, this is everything we practice what we preach. And there will be a start here guide that you'll want to cycle yourself through. But I would also encourage you to search for one of the lives with Nick. Make yourself familiar, like, introduce yourself. Ladies, like, get in, say hello, introduce yourselves. Everybody over there is so amazing, and like I said, just hyped to bring you all over.
Yeah, totally. It's great. I mean, Nicole introduced me in there the other day and already had people welcoming me. Some of my clients came over to the group already, and they were like welcoming me and hyping me up and stuff. And so just so fortunate, again, to be around people who are truly in this to better themselves and be around people that make them want to be their better selves. So I'm stoked.
And the goal is to serve 500 women by the end of the year. So we're well on our way, and there'll be some special things coming to be able to do that. So be on the lookout, you guys. But yeah, that's the goal that I set myself for. My word this year was impact, and we've done a pretty good job so far. So
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm excited. And I did want to ask just real quick before we hop off here, I was doing a call with my clients last night, and they were like, do you guys work with men? And I'm like, well, I know Nicole has a male client, and obviously Liz and I are going to continue to serve our male clients. So if there's any dudes out there watching, or wives who want their husbands to get healthy or whatever, can we help them as well?
Dude, I love working with men. Like, sorry, ladies. Like, I mean, I love working with you ladies, but men, let's be honest, I feed you really well. Like, usually what happens is, like, my babes slay, and then the men are like, okay, I need to be as hot as my wives are. And then they end up following suit. But my men absolutely crush it. They crush it. And yes, so yes, we do work with men as well. And I love working with men. I mean, again, just not as emotional, right? Like, the scale doesn't go up a pound and their whole world's going to, and I just feed them really well. I get training and alignment, and they have like 6-pack abs. Like, it's just, it's not fair. It's not fair, ladies. It's not, but
fair. It's not fair, but yes, we want to help your dudes look as hot as you guys.
Yes,
so
yes.
Yeah, join us over there. Let your men come hang out, and we'll have a big party and crush the rest of 2023. Cruising right into 2024 with all those goals.
Love it.
All right, friends. Well, I appreciate you guys. Again, if you got any feedback for us, drop it in the comments, but I'll link that group below. Bye.
Okay. Peace.